Okay, we got to talk about these new Epstein emails about Donald Trump that just leaked from a roughly 15-year period. These documents were released by the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee.
With the release of these fucking emails between Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, verified emails that Epstein was telling Ghislaine they haven't caught Trump yet, but we got him by the balls. That's pretty much what the email reads, right?
Got him. We got him.
Big news just dropped. New emails from Jeffrey Epstein show him calling Donald Trump the dog that hasn't barked and saying one of his victims spent hours at my house with him, quote unquote. If you thought this scandal was over, think again. This is exactly the kind of power play that has been waiting in the wings. We have much to discuss. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
Here's email number 1. This is direct correspondence between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. This is from April of 2011. And Epstein says to Ghislaine, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim, it's redacted, a victim spent hours at my house with him, being Donald Trump. He has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. And Ghislaine Maxwell says, I've been thinking about that. So Trump at Epstein's house with one of Epstein's victims. And I want to remind you that this also sets Ghislaine Maxwell up for a perjury charge because Ghislaine Maxwell lied to Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's personal attorney turned deputy AG, when they met and said that she never saw Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein at his house.
Why would she lie?
Now here's why this changes everything. Epstein's emails were never meant for public eyes. They were the silent ledger of the elite's deals. And now Trump's name shows up. The phrase, that dog that hasn't barked is Trump, isn't just an insult. It's another clue. The guy who should have been questioned is the one that everyone is ignoring. Then there's the chilling detail. A victim allegedly spent hours at Epstein's house with Trump. There's no charges. There's no mention. That silence is the message. Let's be clear. This isn't just scandal fodder. It's about how power works. If you're connected, you don't get prosecuted. You get protected.
Times, Epstein says, victim, Mar-a-Lago, redacted. These are all redacted names. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. This is from January 2019 when Trump was making up this whole idea that he had kicked Epstein out of his club. And so here's email number 3. This is from 2015. This is a direct correspondence between Epstein and Michael Wolff, where Michael Wolff says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he has not been on the plane or to the house, as in Epstein's plane or house, then that gives you a valuable PR, like public relations, and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Remember, this is right before the 2016 election. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey's a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of a political correctness which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. And then Epstein says, if we were able to craft an answer for him, as in Trump, what do you think it should be? And Michael Wolff says, I hear CNN is planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards. Wow, well, if Trump thought he was going to be able to get away from this Epstein story, well, think again.
And now Maxwell is requesting clemency. We just talked about that on yesterday's video. The same system that promised justice for victims is bending the knee for an elite. We keep hearing drain the swamp. That's what Trump promised. But what if the swamp was just redesigned? The truth is, power doesn't go away. It just hides deeper. It covers for each other.
Are we okay? Are we good, America? What the fuck are we doing? There is more than 1, 2, 3 times of evidence that proves he was fiddling with kids. He said it himself. And you're gonna sit up here in my face and tell me we don't have enough? Am I losing my mind? There's no way.
And you know what that means for you and me? The fight for transparency, for accountability, for the truth. That needs to stay front and center. This is your reminder. Don't let anyone tell you the story's over just because they want you to move on. Obviously, Trump wants to move on. Obviously, Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear in the Arizona Congresswoman, he doesn't want that discharge petition to go through, which will release files on this Epstein case. Part of this shutdown was an opportunity for Trump to fire people he wanted to fire. The GOP also thought that this was an opportunity that they could take the narrative and completely destroy Democrats. But what they don't tell you is it's really about covering Trump's ass. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.